The classic business battle being waged over an iconic magazine, Playboy. Once the place that pushed the boundaries of sex and culture in American society, is now attempting to remain relevant in the internet age. The original Playboy, Hugh Hefner, is determined to put the hop back in the bunny, as John Donovan reports for our series, Modern Sex in America.
Icon, that overused word, but this one really qualifies. You know what it is and what it stands for. You know who created it, because he is as much an icon himself, as much the face of Playboy Enterprises as that flat rabbit he launched upon the culture an incredible 57 years ago. Which makes him, as of this week, when we sat down together at the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles, 84 years old, announcing his retirement. Why not let go? Why not retire?
Because I think that retirement is the first step towards the grave.
To the contrary, right now, Hefner is on a mission to buy back all the shares of Playboy Enterprises still held by the public.
The company in this particular economic climate is not being properly dealt with. I mean, it's worth a good deal more than what it's being traded for.
Details he wasn't sharing, nor reacting to the fact that the company that owns Penthouse magazine is trying to buy Playboy also. All he would say was,
the greatest success of the company and the magazine was in the 1950s, 60s, when we were private. And maybe it's recapturing my youth.
Is part of it getting those days back?
I just celebrated my 84th birthday, and I'm thinking in terms of the future of the brand, the future of the magazine, and staying the course and making certain that it's going in the right direction and will be there long after I'm gone.
And if these sound like the words of an old man who is looking forward by looking back, well, Hefner has been looking back a lot lately, courtesy of a documentary on his life being released nationally in theaters this month. Hugh Hefner, Playboy, activist, and rebel. And part of why he may have looked so wistful when it was screened here at the mansion is simply the fact that he was so young back then.
It certainly isn't a healthy approach to sex, Hugh. You wouldn't suggest that it is.
I would not only suggest it, I would say rather strongly. We consider it a pretty healthy attitude.
And those times are so long gone by. Even what was cool, the look of tuxes and cocktails and sex about to happen.
I saw that even though here is the Playboy and Playboy magazine, but there is a man who is so complex, has so many different sides.
And sides that you admire?
Sides that I have discovered and that I find are very important.
I'm so glad that I brought my wife to Chicago.
Like the fact that he booked African Americans on the TV show he started in the late 50s, showed blacks and whites socializing together, something you did not see on television in those days. And that he insisted on racial integration in the Playboy clubs among the members and among the acts on stage, like a young Dick Gregory.
30 years from this year, Negro can become president.
And so he brought them alive. You saw another human side of them.
Hefner was a leading liberal back when liberals were still leading. What he has always called a lifestyle magazine has had an enormous impact on loosening sexual behavior. He was a campaigner for abortion rights and for freedom from censorship.
I want to live in a society in which people can voice unpopular opinions.
People don't remember it. For some reason, they remember the Playboy clubs, etc., etc.
Right.
So I think it's the people, too. I think they congregate to the sexy in that sense.
We're also prurient, I guess.
Yes, we are. Yes.
But the prurient side of it fueled the business that provided the funds that allowed for the social activism.
Absolutely. And
so it's all tied up.
And I think Mr. Hefner would say that.
Yes, sex sold. It built clubs and dressed bunnies and outraged feminists and conservative Christians alike, as the movie shows.
The day that you are willing to come out here with a cottontail attached to your rear end.
Hugh Hefner is a pornographer, always was.
But in a certain way, the forces unleashed by Playboy would go on to overtake the Playboy business model.
What's been the impact on your business of the fact that there is so much explicit sexual material now available in forms where you don't have to go to the drugstore and buy it, but you can just go to
I think it's had a dramatic impact on Playboy, just as I think other things on the internet have had a dramatic impact on print. People get their information in different ways now. And one of the sad things I think about the younger generation, quite frankly, is they have less sense of yesterday. And if you don't know who you were, you don't really know who you are.
Can we pull something at random and just see what we find?
Sure.
Hefner's yesterdays are bound together here at the mansion on shelves and shelves of scrapbooks, and it's poignant to leaf through these with him, his recollections precise regardless of what page you turn to.
This is the opening of Pips, February 1973.
Right.
This was a private club here in Beverly Hills that I started with a couple of friends.
A club that's not there anymore, and on the next page, a girlfriend from years ago.
And this is Barbie.
Much of what Hefner created is gone now, faded from popular memory like tuxes and cocktail parties and bunny clubs in big American cities.
You sign off on the choice of Playmate and on the cover?
Still pick the cover, still pick the Playmates, the pictorials, the cartoons, edit the letters, party jokes.
It's a format whose major elements haven't been altered in half a century, despite younger editors telling Hefner it may be time to make some changes.
Is it possible you're wrong and you're holding on to something that is dear to you because you made it, but it worked a long time ago?
I have very strong theories about magazine publishing, and I think that a magazine is an old friend. So what you try to create with the publication is a sense of a friend visiting with something new.
Another iconic image he cherishes is that of himself as the quintessential playboy. Actually, as he has aged across the decades, the girlfriends never have. He says he was faithful during a marriage of several years in the 1980s, but after that he returned to the field, as documented in a globally popular reality show about a trio of girlfriends called The Girls Next Door.
Welcome to the Playboy Mansion.
The success of which he says shows he's still got game, business-wise.
And it is more popular with women than it is with men. Playboy products, that rabbit, that trademark, is famous everywhere. Maybe other people are looking back a little bit too. Maybe they want a little piece of the world that they missed.
You're saying there's a bit of a nostalgia. And what was there then that's not here now?
A little more style, a little more class, a little more romantic connection.
The martinis and the tux.
Mm-hmm.
A little more of that.
Mm-hmm.
You think we'll get back there?
Some of us will.
I'm John Donvan for Nightline in Los Angeles.